Let's go back to Hebrews. What creates happiness in a sister's mind? I don't think they know. I think I don't think they know. I don't think they know. Because I ask my wife all the time, I be like, well, if I do this, will that work? No, that don't work. That ain't getting to the root of it. It never gets to a specific root. Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking, without a show of hands, who in here has a hardened heart? Because I don't think people know when their heart is really hardened. They're like, no, I'm open. I'm open to your suggestions and stuff like that. But you already have preconceived thoughts in your mind.
This is what a hardened heart looks like. This is what a hardened heart look like, sister. Every time conversations happen, do you end up back at the same point again, right? You lied to me. You cheated to me. You didn't take out the trash that day that you said you're going to take it out. Therefore, you never take the trash out, right? Stuff like that, right? Do you always end up at that spot? That's a hardened heart. You know what I'm saying? Even though the conversation is over here somewhere, we still end up back at that one time when you did that thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a hardened heart.
I see a lot of chuckling going on.
Oh, they know what I'm talking about. They know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. What I was talking about.
We're talking about hardened heart. So that
you did that to me. You threw me off my path.
That's right. Get back on it.
Get back on it. Okay, where I'm at. Hebrews.
Yep.
Go back to Hebrews.
Verse 11.
Start at 10.
Hebrews chapter 3 and verse 10.
Yeah.
Wherefore I was grieved with that generation and said, they do always err in their heart.
Yep.
And they have not known my ways.
They haven't known the ways of forgiveness and understanding and communication. They haven't known those ways. They haven't known them. They in their head, they want to do it how they want to do it. That's not his way. Come on.
So I swear in my wrath, they shall not enter into my rest.
You're not going to ever have right. He swears, he promised, he's saying like they saying Oak Cliffside, right? On everything I love, you ain't going to enter into rest. You're not going to have no peace, no happiness. It's never going to exist. You're going to be in this marriage miserable every day because you don't trust me. You're going to be miserable because you don't abide in the scriptures. What does trusting God look like, though? What does that have to do with communication and all those things? We're going to get to it. Come on, keep going.
Verse 12. Take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief in departing from the living God.
So the evil heart of unbelief, what does that look like? Right? Because I know that he's lied to me. I know that he has cheated. I know that he didn't take out the trash. I know that he didn't pay that bill on time. Right? So what does that evil heart of unbelief look like? Because I'm just proving the fact that I can't trust a nigga. You know what I'm saying? In their head, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? What does the evil heart of unbelief look like? Come on, we'll keep going.
Verse 13. But exhort one another daily while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin.
So somebody could sin and it'll harden you. You see that? They sinned, now you hardened. Now you can't enter into rest because you done got all this resentment built up. You know what I'm saying? They sinned, messed up you. Now you can't get into the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to where I want to go. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 3. So we're going to talk about that unbelief. We're going to talk about that being let down, right? We're going to figure out how to stop the cycle of pain. How do we stop it? 1 Peter chapter 3. That's what happened, right? They go round and round. It's like the chicken or the egg. Which one came first? That's what happens in marriage, right? You messed up, therefore I have to fuss at you every day so you don't ever forget that you messed up. And then he says, you fuss at me every day, therefore I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to call Whoop-de-Wham up now because all you do is complain. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, which one come first? Which one is the problem? Let's go to it. 1 Peter chapter 3.
Is the book of 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 1.
Yes.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, They also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
Man, I don't know if y'all know what Peter just said to y'all right there, man, but we're going to look at it again. Read it again.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
So the communication pattern that has to be established with a husband and wife is based on the standard that the husband puts in place. Dang, that hurt. Look at it. Look how mad they are. I don't like how he communicates. I don't like his form of apology. I don't like his form of remorse. I do not like how he talks to me. I don't like it. I like what I see on TV. When I watch TV, I like how they do it. I want to do some of that. I like how my mama and daddy did it. I like how me and my friends grew up talking. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk like that.
That's not what Oprah said.
That's not what Oprah said. Ricky Lake did not tell me to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You be you.
Yep. Yeah, you got to be you.
And let him follow.
That's
pretty much what.
That's what Oprah said.
Get out of there.
Oprah said, "You do you, and he'll follow you."
Right.
That ain't what the scriptures say. Read again.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
So you got to be subjection to him in everything. So his form of communication, his form of apology, his form of remorse, you have to learn how to now make that your natural language. Even though your mom and them didn't do that, your grandma didn't talk to you like that. And again, when I say talk to you like that or communicate with you like that, I'm not saying he should be cussing you out. That's not what I'm saying. But what we see a lot of times is that he is trying to, cause this is what I get. You know what I'm saying? This is what I get, right? I talk to the sister, and she'll say, he don't never, like, own what he did. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll talk to the brother. He'll be like, I do own what I did. I do. I say I did it. I own it. But in her mind, it don't look like he really owned it because she used to how somebody else said it or how her mind is translating it is supposed to look like.
He didn't do it like those 90s songs. He didn't go groveling on his knees crying. He didn't keep sweat it.
Yeah.
So he didn't mean it?
He didn't mean it. He didn't really mean it. You don't really mean it. How you know I didn't mean it? How can you translate what I feel that I didn't really mean it? But that's what happens, right? Sisters, that's what y'all do, right? How are you going to tell a brother he didn't mean it? He meant it the best way he know how to meant it. He don't know how to make it sound the way you want it to sound. You know what I'm saying?
Can you say that again?
He didn't. I don't know if I can say it again because I don't know what I just said.
You said meant about 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
He meant that thing that he meant.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I don't know what I meant when I said he meant it, but you know what I meant.
But you know, I'm a mind reader, so I'm thinking, I'm reading minds right now,
right?
And they're saying, but he's not really reading the scriptures. He's not doing things the way God says it's supposed to be done. So I don't want to listen to him. You got an answer for that?
Yeah, we gonna get all of that.
I know.
Yeah, we gonna
get kind of like trying
to get them ready. It's coming. I'm gonna give it to you.
I just got a thought. It just came. So
it just came.
I had to say it.
You gotta say it. Sometimes you gotta captivate your thoughts, brother.
Well.
1 Peter chapter 3 verse 1.
1 Peter chapter 3 verse 1.
Yeah.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
Yep.
That if any obey not the word.
Stop. So he sinned, right? He sinned. He didn't obey the word. He let you down. He came up short. He lied. He didn't tell you the truth. He didn't take the trash out on time. He forgot. I'm going to go all the way extreme, right? He cheated. He did that. Let's see.
They also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
Well, who established the conversation pattern? The husband. He said, hey, I need you to communicate with me like that. So how are you going to make sure that he feels that? He feels that let down. He feels totally remorseful for what he did. It say, what again? Read that.
They also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
Because you have established how he wants to communicate. You have established what he deems as an apology. So now you are communicating in his zone. He's going to really feel it now. Not you communicating how your mama and daddy did it and you just complain, fuss. That's not going to work. This is what's going to help him change. You know how he talks. You've established that. Now I'm going to use this against you. Now I'm going to talk to you how you said you wanted to be talked to, and this is really going to hurt you. I'm telling y'all, sisters. They don't believe me. They don't believe me. We're going to read the scripture. It's going to tell you. Go ahead.
While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear.
Why is your conversation chaste? Go back. Can I get the definition of chaste? Your conversation is supposed to be chaste and coupled with fear. Yeah, chaste. This says innocent of unlawful sexual intercourse. Celibate. I like number 3. What does it say? Pure in thought and act. Modest. That's what your conversation is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be full of F you, nigga. Like, that didn't help. Like, that's not going to help you. Right? It say, if you want to win your husband, if you want him to move and grow and change in a specific way, say your conversation is supposed to be chaste, which is pure in thought and act. How do you purify your thoughts? We just read it in Hebrews chapter 3, where it say that you got to listen to his voice. You are happier if you abide, meaning you read, you study, you understand how he wants to communicate, and you take those things, and that's going to help him to really move. Watch, let's keep going.
Verse 3.
Verse 2.
Verse 2. While they behold your chaste conversation.
Your pure conversation.
Coupled with fear.
Coupled with fear. You got to have the respect towards your husband as what? As you fear Christ. Would you talk to Christ like that? Would you deal with Christ like that if he was standing in front of you? That's how you are supposed to deal with your husband. Read verse 1 again.
Verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word.
He messed up. He didn't obey the word.
They also may without the word be won.
Be what?
Be won.
Be won. You want to win. You want to win. You want to win in your marriage. This is how you do it. You couple your conversation that is clean and it has the fear of God in it. You dig what I'm saying? So that's how you have to see your husband. How's this helping stop the pain? I think it's just creating more pain for them right now. Because they don't believe it, man. You got to believe it. You got to believe it. Y'all got to believe that this thing is what is going to help change the conversation pattern, change the communication issues, the apology issues, the remorse issues. You got to believe that this is what's going to change it. The resentment issues. The way to change that, to win your husband, is to have a pure conversation coupled with the understanding that I fear him like I would fear Christ. You dig what I'm saying? Come on. You got something in there? My phone. No. Okay.
Verse 2.
Verse 3.
Verse 3.
Uh-huh.
Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair, and of wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel.
So when it says whose adorning, let it not be the outward adorning of the plaiting of hair and the wearing of gold and the putting on of apparel. It's talking about all those things in which you picked up outside of your marriage. That's the plaiting of the hair. That's the adornment, right? Those things that you picked up outside of your marriage, how they communicated, how they bickered, how they fuss, right? I hate getting the phone hung up on me. Man, I hate that thing. You know what I'm saying? And wherever my wonderful wife got that from, I hope that she leaves that outside of our marriage. It's not okay. That's just my personal feeling. You know what I'm saying? That is not effective communication to me. Somebody might be okay with that. I don't know who that husband is, but somebody might be fine with that. I just don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But that is when it say whose adorning, let it not be the outward adorning of plaiting of the hair and the wearing of gold or the putting on of apparel. It's talking about all those things you gather throughout life that you think makes you look good, that you think makes this work for you. It's not. You got to leave all that stuff behind. Go to Ecclesiastes in the Bible, chapter 5, verse 1. Watch this. Right, I'm there. 5 and 1.
Keep thy foot.
Keep thy what?
Keep thy foot.
Yep.
When thou goest to the house of God.
Uh-huh.
And be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. For they consider not that they do evil.
Go back to 1 Peter's whole Ecclesiastes. Go back to 1 Peter's chapter 3 and verse 2.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 2.
Yeah.
While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear.
You got to believe that you got to keep your foot, meaning what? All the stuff that you picked up outside of your marriage, you leave that. You don't bring that into the house of the Lord because that's what your husband is. You don't bring that into his house. How you think Oprah said you should talk. How you think your mom and daddy grew up talking. That don't help you. Read that again. Read 5. Go back to Ecclesiastes 5.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 1.
Yep.
Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God.
Yep.
And be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. For they consider not that they do evil.
So when you deal with your husband, you should be more ready to hear. Go ahead.
Be not rash with thy mouth.
Don't be just rash with your mouth. Don't do that. Come on.
And let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God.
You see that? You shouldn't just be that's the fear of God. If you truly feared your husband like you fear God, that's how you would move. You wouldn't be rash with your mouth. You wouldn't just utter random stuff that you think is going to hurt him. Because that's what happened, right? You just say stuff that this going to cut a nerve. I'm just going to say this. I'm going to tell you what you say. If you want to cut them, if you want to affect change in your marriage, I'm going to show you how to do it. But that just saying what you feel based on what you've seen here and there, that ain't going to work. Keep going.
For God is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore let thy words be few.
Yes.
For a dream cometh through the multitude of business, and a fool's voice is known by the multitude of words.
You just keep going. Yeah. Just keep going. A fool's voice is known in the multitude of words. So you got to understand, when you just want to bicker back and forth with your husband, you got to understand, if he is the Lord, what does that mean that you doing to him? You know what I'm saying? You're not keeping your foot. Keep going.
When thou vowest a vow unto God.
Now, when you said I do to that husband, what was you doing? You was making a vow to God. And what was that vow? Go back to 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1 again. Let's look at that.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 1.
Yep.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands.
If that's the vow that you made and then you want to just run your mouth to him about everything, then you didn't really mean that vow. It was no point of you making that vow of marriage because you were supposed to be in subjection to your husband. Go back to Ecclesiastes right there. Where I'm at.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 4.
The vow of marriage.
When thou vowest a vow unto God, defer not to pay it. For he hath no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed.
Pay that which thou hast vowed. The vow that you made was to be in subjection to your husband. If you don't want to be in subjection to him, guess what you shouldn't have done? Not said I do. You shouldn't have said I do. Now you said I do. Now you got to be in subjection. Sorry, end of story. Keep going.
Verse 5. Better is it that thou shouldest not vow.
You shouldn't have said I do. Better is it for you to not vow.
Than thou shouldest vow and not pay.
Yep.
Suffer not thy mouth to cause thy flesh to sin.
You see that? Because that's what'll happen, right? You'll start running your mouth, and now you talking about divorce because you mad, because you frustrated. Now you in sin because you want to talk about divorce. That's sin. It's no divorce. Come on.
Neither say thou before the angel that it was an error.
That I messed up. I shouldn't have said I do. Nah. You should have thought about that thing. Go ahead.
Wherefore should God be angry at thy voice and destroy the work of thine hands?
He'll destroy everything that you built.
Now they will see the true men of God. We are not black men, we are the Israelites. That's right.
It's so hard to serve God. And why when I say that I'm a Jew, it sound odd For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sounds wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.